Hello, hello all. So today is the 24th of April, and I almost finished all the books I intended to read this month. Um, I had a big volume of books. To be honest, most of them were quite fast or fast-paced, and but I did it, and that's good. I feel happy about it. So let's talk about the books I received. I received just one, the Doom Earth Destiny's Way by Jack Campbell. This is the second novel I pre-ordered, so it arrived today. I did finish, since last video, three novels. No, four novels. The first one, I don't remember if I made a review, but it's A Relentless Spy, and this is a very good mystery spy thriller novel. I really enjoyed this novel, and I intend to buy his next book if he publish another within this universe or not. I did make a review about this, so I'm not going to talk much more, but it's a good spy thriller novel that let some parts open, so you can probably, if he wants to return to this world. The next book I read was Louis L'Amour, The Tall Stranger. This is a short novel, if you wish. To be honest, novellas until recently were around 100 pages, bit less. They are like page count, but nowadays they call it a Brandon Sanderson 200 page novella, which they are not. This is a novel, a short novel, but a novel nevertheless. It's a novel about the Oregon's trail and about the group of people that are trying to survive going to California, but being rerouted to another place near Salt Lake, where they intend to make their city there. It's a beautiful place with lot of green pasture and so on. They are misguided by this guy, and there is another one which is, well, the good guy, if you wish to call him that. It's more like a Clint Eastwood version of anti-hero, if you wish. It's a pretty good, straightforward novel. This is the guy trying to help these strangers not to settle there because that place belongs to another person, and the other guy who tries to put them there, he just wants them there so he can steal the cattle that this person have, which is the largest one in America. It's very good. I enjoyed it. It's very fast paced. You can read this in one go or two at least. So I give it 75 out of 100. Then, to balance 100, I gave it 25 to Greg Bear, sorry, not Greg Bull, Greg Bear, Wool 03. This was a very bad book, to be honest. I didn't enjoy it at all. Basically, it's about a ship that is going through the universe, and it's a generation ship. So if you don't know what that means, it's basically a ship that instead of going from one place to another and people there just sleeping there and awaking in the next place like Star Trek or Star Wars, this is not like that. This is a more realistic, at least from our scientific knowledge, about how we will colonize other worlds. Basically, the travel will take hundreds of years or thousands of years to arrive. Okay, even at light speed. So, or near light speed, not light speed, near light speed. And so this novel deals with something that happens, and these people are awakened, and they are just trying to figure out what's happening. But the problem with this is I didn't enjoy anything of this. Nothing is resolved, nothing is told. It's very odd, piecing the puzzle together. I didn't understand why they were awakened, why there was those beings there, and most of all it says that it is a horror sci-fi novel, but it has no horror, at least not in my perspective. There are stuff they are telling, oh, it's there, but it's never really explain what it's there. It's very strange. I didn't enjoy this. I gave it a 25 out of 100. And then I finally finished reading. I started in one day, finished in the other. It's Toreador by Stuart Wieck. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's the Clan novel, the first Clan novel. So you can see here there are 13 novels, and this is the first novel within this series. Toreador. Each one follows a different clan. If you don't know about this, it is the Vampire Masquerade within the World of Darkness series. I have like 50 novels of them, and I never read this. So I enjoy following this group of characters. Well, there are two characters. There are basically two characters. They are main characters. Leopold, which is a Toreador that doesn't want really to mix with other people. He just wants to be left alone and not going to politics, because there are a lot of politics. Vampire Masquerade is as much as it's about feeding and so on, it's about politics between the clans. And then we have another person, which is Victoria Hash, which is probably who created him, which sired him, as they call it. But he doesn't really know, so he's trying to figure out who is his sire, who gave him life. There are a couple of other characters within this novel that may appear in the next few novels, I believe, because they are this is a 13-part book series. For example, we've got Hannah, Theo. I know Theo is he has a trilogy, and probably the book that is dealing with him, it's within those 13. I don't know. As I said, each book follows a different clan, although there are parts here that involve all the things. So basically, this was the setup, okay, the building. We are introduced to the other characters among other clans, and there is something in the end that hints that artifact is going to be important in overall. If you've never read anything by Vampire Masquerade, which I have not, I never played the games or something like that. I just love the setting. Reading here and there, okay, for over 20 years. This is here around 20 years. I had an old book which I never read, which was this Dark Age Nosferatus, which is the same thing about this one, but basically is set in the Third Crusade, so around the 14th century, if I'm mistaken, or 13th century, in Constantinople. And basically, again, each chapter is dedicated to a different each volume is dedicated to a clan. This is basically these one are done in the beginning, the first ones, 1999, and then they publish the same thing for this. Basically, they're trying. Imagine that this is like Warhammer, when they are going to give a big update which really boosts things forward. For example, the best example is Indominatus Crusade, or the thing that happened there in that Ixes. I'm not going to talk about that much more, but they are releasing the last one in a couple of weeks, a grand series of 8 novels, every with a different author, about the grand campaign. So basically it's the same thing. So, but instead of Warhammer, this is in the Vampire Masquerade, and I enjoyed the book. It flows around. It's sometimes this guy is the one of the creators of this World of Darkness and Vampire Masquerade. So maybe sometimes the writing is a bit rude, not rude, rudimentary. I don't know if you can say that word in English. Basically it's basic, because it's like I'm reading from a book, well, one book. How do you say, the books that introduce the characters, introduce that, and you play the games, the game books. Sorry, and sometimes it reads like that. It seems like he grabbed the game book, and when he talks about Nosferatu, he tells something about Nosferatu, but very rudimentary. He could have. He's not probably a writer, and so it doesn't really give much emphasis to the artistic value of this. It's a good book. And the last book I'm going to finish is this one, Tanquil's Doom, which it's from last month. And finally, the last book of the month of April, it's Murder of the Lamplight Express. Then onto the books of May. I will record a different video about those. Thank you all.